The dawn of the 20th century was a time of significant change and upheaval. This was especially true in Germany, where a sense of anxiety and anticipation permeated society. From this fertile ground of change, a new artistic movement emerged. Expressionism. Breaking free from the constraints of Impressionism, which sought to capture the fleeting effects of light and atmosphere, Expressionism dove headfirst into the depths of human emotion. It was no longer enough to merely depict the external world. Expressionist artists yearned to express the inner turmoil, the anxieties, and the raw experiences of the human condition. Expressionism, born in the tumultuous years before World War I, marked a radical departure from traditional art. It was a rebellion against the established order, a visual manifestation of the inner struggles of the modern individual. Artists like Ernst Ludwig Kirchner, a founding member of the Dresden-based group Die Brücke, abandoned the pursuit of realistic representation in favor of distorted forms, jarring colors, and a raw, almost primal energy that leapt from the canvas. This new artistic language was not merely about aesthetics, it was about capturing the essence of human experience in its rawest form. The artists of this movement sought to lay bare the soul, to expose the anxieties and alienation that simmered beneath the surface of modern life. Their art was a mirror reflecting the fragmented psyche of a society on the brink of change, a visual cry against the dehumanizing effects of industrialization and the looming shadow of war. While Expressionism emerged as a distinctly 20th century movement, its roots drew nourishment from the fertile ground of late 19th century art. The Post-Impressionists, in their quest to move beyond the purely visual, paved the way for the emotional intensity that would characterize Expressionism. Paul Gauguin, in his flight from European civilization to the exotic landscapes of Tahiti, sought to capture the primal spirituality he believed was lost in the modern world. His bold use of color, his simplified forms, and his rejection of traditional perspective resonated deeply with the Expressionists. Vincent van Gogh, another crucial precursor to the movement, transformed his own inner turmoil into vibrant, almost hallucinatory landscapes and portraits. His brushstrokes, like frenzied strokes of pure emotion, imbued his canvases with a visceral energy that transcended mere representation. The swirling sky and starry night became a visual metaphor for the tempestuous emotions raging within the artist's soul. Paul Cézanne, though less overtly emotional than Gauguin or Van Gogh, provided a crucial bridge between Impressionism and the Expressionist revolution. His focus on reducing forms to their geometric essence, his exploration of color planes, and his willingness to distort perspective in service of emotional expression laid the groundwork for later artists to dismantle traditional artistic conventions entirely. In his still lifes and landscapes, objects seem to pulsate with an almost tangible energy, foreshadowing the dynamism that would become a hallmark of Expressionist art. Expressionism, though relatively short-lived as a cohesive movement, cast a long shadow over the art world. Its influence can be felt in movements as diverse as abstract expressionism, neo-expressionism, and even contemporary street art. The raw emotional power, the willingness to distort form for expressive purposes, and the exploration of subjective experience continue to resonate with artists across generations and genres. Jackson Pollock's drip paintings, for instance, though abstract in form, share a kinship with the emotional intensity and gestural freedom of expressionist art. The physical act of painting, the raw energy transferred from artist to canvas, echoes the immediacy and emotional urgency that characterized the work of Kirchner, Nolde, and their contemporaries. Neo-expressionism, which emerged in the late 1970s and early 1980s, marked a return to figuration and emotional expression after the dominance of minimalism and conceptual art. Artists like Georg Baselitz, Anselm Kiefer, and Julian Schnabel drew inspiration from the raw emotionality and distorted forms of their expressionist predecessors, addressing themes of identity, history, and the human condition in a similarly visceral style. Even in the realm of contemporary street art, echoes of expressionism can be felt. The raw energy, the social commentary, and the use of bold colors and distorted forms in the work of artists like Banksy and Shepard Fairey share a lineage with the art of protest and social critique that characterized early expressionism. The movement's legacy is a testament to the enduring power of art to channel raw emotion, challenge societal norms, and provide a voice for the anxieties and aspirations of the human spirit. Section 4. Edvard Munch, a pioneer of emotional expression. Edvard Munch, a Norwegian painter and printmaker, stands as a towering figure in the history of Expressionism, often credited as a key precursor to the movement's development. His iconic work, The Scream, painted in 1893, predates the formal emergence of Expressionism, but encapsulates many of the movement's central themes: anxiety, alienation, and the raw intensity of human emotion. The painting's swirling brushstrokes, distorted perspective, and the primal scream emanating from the central figure embody a visceral expression of existential angst that would resonate deeply with later Expressionist artists. Munch's art was deeply personal, often drawing from his own experiences with loss, love, and the darker recesses of the human psyche. His paintings and prints are populated by figures racked with despair, loneliness, and a profound sense of isolation. In works like The Sick Child and Madonna, he explores themes of mortality, sexuality, and the complexities of human relationships with a raw honesty that shocked and captivated audiences. His use of colour was equally expressive, often employing jarring juxtapositions of hues to heighten the emotional impact of his work. The blood-red sky in The Scream, for instance, amplifies the sense of terror and anxiety conveyed by the distorted figure in the foreground. Munch's art, though deeply personal, tapped into universal anxieties about modernity, isolation, and the search for meaning in a rapidly changing world. His influence on later Expressionist artists, particularly those associated with Die Brücke, is undeniable, solidifying his legacy as a pioneer of emotional expression in modern art. Section 5. The Blue Rider, Kandinsky and Mark's spiritual journey. In Munich, a city pulsing with artistic energy, a group of artists came together to form Der Blaue Reiter, or the Blue Rider, a pivotal group within the Expressionist movement. Wassily Kandinsky, a Russian painter and art theorist, and Franz Marc, a German painter known for his vibrant depictions of animals, emerged as leading figures in this group, united by their shared belief in the spiritual power of art. For Kandinsky, colour possessed an almost mystical ability to communicate emotions and spiritual truths directly to the viewer, bypassing the need for representational imagery. His paintings, particularly those created after 1910, gradually moved away from recognizable forms towards abstraction, becoming symphonies of color and line, intended to evoke profound emotional and spiritual experiences. Kandinsky's groundbreaking treatise concerning the spiritual in art, published in 1911, became a touchstone for the Blue Rider group, and a seminal text in the development of abstract art. Franz Marc, deeply affected by the anxieties of modern life, sought solace and spiritual connection in the natural world, particularly in the animal kingdom. He believed that animals possessed a purity and innocence lost to humanity, and attempted to capture their essence through his art. Marc's paintings, often featuring horses, deer, and other animals rendered in vibrant, non-naturalistic colors, pulsate with a primal energy and a yearning for spiritual harmony. The Blue Rider group, though short-lived, dissolving with the outbreak of World War I, left an indelible mark on the development of modern art. Their exploration of abstraction, their emphasis on the spiritual potential of art, and their bold use of color expanded the boundaries of artistic expression and paved the way for later movements like abstract expressionism and color field painting. Section 6. The Bridge Expressionism in Dresden and Berlin. Die Brücke, or The Bridge, emerged in Dresden in 1905, focusing on the anxieties of modern urban life and the raw, often unsettling aspects of the human experience. Founding members Kirchner, Heckel, Schmidt, Rottluff and Bleyl, later joined by Nolde and Pechstein, sought to bridge the gap between the past and the present. Their art was characterized by a raw, almost primitive energy, reflecting the anxieties and alienation of urban life. Kirchner's street scenes capture the frenetic pace and social tensions of modern city life. Heckel's woodcuts depict the human form with brutal honesty, emphasizing rawness and vulnerability. The Brücke artists drew inspiration from African and oceanic art, embodying primal energy and authenticity. In 1911, the Brucker Group moved to Berlin, drawn to the city's dynamism and burgeoning art scene. Internal tensions and World War I led to the group's dissolution in 1913. Despite their short time together, Die Brucker's impact on Expressionism was profound.